Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Varsha Jain. I lead the generative AI solution design and development at Hexaware. Today I'm going to talk about some of the work we are doing in this space, followed by a demo that showcases the real-world applications of our solutions. Before we dive into that, let me give you a quick introduction to Hexaware and our vision for generative AI. At Hexaware, we believe in the transformative potential of AI, not just for our clients, but also internally. To fully embrace the shift, we are training our entire technology staff on generative AI. This initiative, it ensures that every team member, right from the developers to the data scientists, they have the right knowledge and the skills to harness the power of AI effectively. By embedding AI into our internal operations, we are not only building solutions for external clients, but we are also improving our own workflows and productivity. In line with this vision, we have developed a suite of starter solutions that accelerate AI adoption, both externally as well as internally. These starter kits, they are designed to provide rapid value across various industries, helping organizations deploy AI more efficiently and address specific business challenges. But before we dive more into the demos, let us first take a moment to understand how generative AI has evolved over the past few years, from the initial exploration to becoming a driving force for transformation across the industries. Over the past 5 years, generative AI has rapidly evolved from a research concept to a key driver of enterprise scale innovation. In the early phase, that's 2021, 2023, the focus was on proof of concept, where organizations were cautious, they were talking about privacy concerns, security concerns, there were governance concerns. AI models were also limited in their capacity in the sense that they were text-only models, and there was a gap in regulatory frameworks and domain-specific fine-tuning. By 2023-2024, we saw a shift towards MVP, where industries like healthcare and retail, they started integrating AI to enhance productivity and decision-making. RAG, that's retrieval augmented generation, AI agents, all of these gain traction, along with multimodal and domain-specific models. Governance frameworks and early regulatory acts, they emerged to support responsible AI usage. Frameworks like LangChain, Llama Index, they enable developers to build sophisticated GenAI applications, integrating external data sources into the workflows. Looking ahead to 2025 and beyond, AI will move from experimentation to large-scale production. Small language models, as we call SLMs, will become more efficient, and fine-tuning methods like PEFT, QLoRa, RLHF, and DPO, all of these will advance. Multimodal models, they will expand the AI's reach into more complex tasks across the industries. Platforms like Azure's Prompt Flow, that will simplify the low-code AI deployments. Advanced autonomous agents and large action models, this will enable AI to take real-world actions. Edge AI, that will drive real-time decision-making in applications like autonomous vehicles and smart manufacturing. Hardware advancements like Grok, which provides the AI chips, they will reduce the latency and help improve the performance. AI will also integrate with emerging technologies like AR, VR, and IoT, unlocking new possibilities for immersive experiences as well. Quantum machine learning, while still in the early development, it may revolutionize optimization, simulations, and cryptography. As AI scales, the need for stronger guardrails around privacy, security, and regulatory compliance, all of this will grow. In short, AI is very rapidly transitioning from POCs to real-world systems and transforming the industries. Now, at Hexaware, we have built a wide array of starter kits to help both our clients as well as the internal teams to accelerate their initiatives. These starter kits, they are designed to cater a wide range of industries, each addressing specific business needs. For instance, in banking and finance, we have the Finance Copilot that streamlines the workflows and decision-making processes. In insurance, we are developing solutions to enhance the customer service and claims processing. In life sciences, we have tools that assist in clinical trials and research document development. Our work in high-tech manufacturing and travel, it is focused on improving operational efficiency and customer engagement through AI-driven insights. In addition to the industry-specific solutions, we are also building foundational starter kits that can be applied across the domains. For example, cybersecurity. Here, our secure API starter kit, it ensures that the data privacy and protection is taken care of by masking sensitive information before the solution can interact with the LLMs, making it critical for industries which are handling sensitive data. In the build phase, we are leveraging platforms like RapidX to accelerate the deployment and the development. For transition tools like the Ticket Analyzer and Smart Tutor, they enable smooth handovers and knowledge transfers. In the area of IT operations, our Contact Center Copilot and Knowledge Base system that helps organizations optimize the customer support and internal knowledge management. Finally, when it comes to audit and governance, our Legal Copilot that helps ensure compliance, providing the legal teams with the AI-powered insights for document analysis, contract review, and much more. Now, these foundational and industry-specific starter kits, they are designed to empower our clients to seamlessly integrate AI into their workflows and enhance productivity across the board. Now, let me deep dive into one of the demos. So this is about Clinical Copilot. In clinical research, one of the key tasks that research assistants are burdened with is generating comprehensive literature reviews when investigating a drug and a disease combination. Typically, this requires them to sift through massive amounts of medical literature, journals, databases, clinical trials, and more to gather and synthesize relevant information. Now, this manual process is not only time-consuming, but is also prone to human error and can take months to complete a thorough review. To address this challenge, we have built a solution that automates the process of literature review generation. Now, this system allows clinical research assistants to input a drug and a disease combination, and within a fraction of time, the solution extracts, organizes, and generates a structured document from multiple sources like PubMed, Drug Bank, DailyMed, and clinical trials. This reduces the effort from months to just hours or even minutes. And that allows the research teams to focus more on analysis and decision making rather than gathering and extracting the data. So let's jump into the demo. As you can see here, the user logs in via an SSO screen. Once the user logs in, then we have defined two roles. One is the admin role and the other is the user role. The admin basically can configure different users, and it can add users and roles as needed. Under users, there are multiple personas that we have defined. Each persona would have a predefined setting for him or her, which will help him start generating the documentation easily. For example, in this case, the user is both an admin as well as has logged in with has been given the persona of a clinical research associate. Now, for the clinical research associate, the settings which are predefined are that he is interested in generating only section 3 of the report and using the drug bank data source. Now, although these settings are predefined, the admin, the user once he has logged in, he can further go ahead and update the settings. For example, in this case, he's adding that I want to also generate the section 5, and I also want to use clinical trial data source for generating the section. So all of these settings, they are saved in the database so that the next time when the user logs in, these settings will be there as is. Once the settings are taken care of, then the user can provide the disease and the medicine name. And as soon as he clicks on summarize, the data extraction and the data retrieval and the summarization process and the document generation process begins. Behind the scenes, we have made use of the Azure OpenAI stack and the Azure Cognitive Search. we have made use of a predefined template which gets populated based on the settings that the user has defined over here. These settings, they are saved in the Azure Cosmos DB. We make use of web scraping techniques to extract the content from these different data sources, and the content is also saved in the Azure Cosmos DB. In addition to web scraping techniques, we are also making use of some external APIs that may be available for data sources like drug bank and clinical trials. Now, since the content is getting saved in the Azure Cosmos DB, the next time when the user tries to generate a report using the same drug and disease combination, or a combination which consists of a drug and disease which has already been, for which the content has already been extracted earlier, the message, as you can see over here, the message that the content already exists will start appearing on the screen, so that the number of external API calls or the amount of time taken to extract the content gets reduced, because the data can be pulled directly from the database. Also, we have, as you can see, there is real-time update on the progress. And once the document is generated, the user can download the document and view it. So over here, you can see the document has got generated. We generated the document for this particular drug and disease combination. It was generated in May 2024. And as you scroll down, you can see that all this information, the section 3 information, has been retrieved from the data source that the user selected. Similarly, the section 5 information has been selected from the clinical trial data sources, summarized from various different data sources, and updated over here. So this was about the clinical copilot. Now this solution basically it is not just applicable for clinical copilot. It can be extended to any domain that requires heavy literature reviews or document generation. Now let's move to another demo, which is about insurance copilot. Now, insurance agents, they are often overwhelmed with customer queries, which can range from general policy information to specific customer-centric inquiries. These queries, they typically fall into two categories. One is broad generic questions that can be answered using static documents like policy brochures. And the second is personalized questions, such as what's my coverage for flood damage, or when does my policy expire, and so on. Answering these personalized questions, it requires real-time access to customer-specific policy data, which involves switching between multiple systems and databases. Now, the current process is highly inefficient because agents have to manually search through static documents, navigate through multiple internal systems for the personalized data, ensure that the information that they provide is both timely and accurate. And this leads to longer wait times for customers and can also result in human error. Now, this is where our solution comes in. So our insurance assistance copilot, it provides the agents with a single interface that integrates static document search and the dynamic real-time customer data retrieval using generative AI. By leveraging the Azure OpenAI stack combined with LangChain for orchestration, this solution enables the agents to provide fast, accurate, and secure responses to the customer queries. With generative AI, we can process and vectorize both static and dynamic data, making it easier to retrieve the exact information needed for each customer query. Whether it is about general policy terms or specific details like coverage amounts, the AI-driven system pulls data in real time, processes it intelligently, and generates a response which is both comprehensive and contextually appropriate. So let me walk you through the quick demo of the Copilot. Again, we have made use of SSO so that the user can log in via SSO. We have implemented the Azure AD based SSO system here with OTP validation. Once the user logs in, the agent can choose between two personas, an agent persona or an admin persona. In this case, the user has logged in as an agent persona. Once the user logs in, they can view the dashboard, which lists all the available insurance providers. So in this case, you can see the different insurance providers, the Hexaware life insurance and general insurance providers have been listed. Under each provider, you can see the total number of policies, when the policy was last updated, and this information. Now, when the user clicks on a particular policy, further details about that policy can be seen. In this case, you can see the entire policy description, the coverage amounts, the minimum assured amounts. If the agent needs more information about a provider, he can use the chat feature, which is integrated with the generative AI system. So, for example, in this case, the user can click on chat, and once he clicks on chat, he can start asking questions with regard to that particular policy. In this case, for example, the user is asking what are the steps for filing an insurance claim, and the Gen AI provides you the right response for that particular query. In addition to this, the system also allows the agent to log in as customer. So, for example, here the agent can go ahead and log in as the customer named Robert. Once the user logs in as the customer, the customer related policy documents will show up, and the agent can now ask further questions which are very specific to that particular customer. So, for example, in this case, the customer has two policies. Now, the agent on behalf of the customer can go ahead and ask questions like when will my policy expire, and that particular information is pulled from the customer's specific policy. In addition to this, the agent can also do a global search across all the policy providers and get all the necessary information. So, in conclusion, the Insurance Copilot, it offers a transformative solution for the insurance agents, combining the power of both static and dynamic data with generative AI to provide very quick and accurate responses to the customer queries. And the flexibility of this architecture means that it can be easily scaled and adapted for different insurance providers, or even expanded to support new use cases. Now, these are just two of the starter kits that I have showcased. As mentioned earlier, we have built an array of them. To get more insights into the other starter kits, you may reach out to us anytime. With this, I would like to conclude my session. Thank you.